Hello, everyone. I'm Adam with Demiplane. Thank you for joining me for today's development update and community Q&A session. We've got some fun stuff to talk about today. It just seems like there is so much going on that I have fun stuff to talk about all the time. And today is going to be no different. We've got some big, 5e Nexus news going on today. But all the things that, in case you missed it, is part of the agenda here. So we've had some things go live in the last week that I'll be talking about, the things that are about to go live or the things that we're currently working on that are going to go live. And then the short-term roadmap, or really what's on deck after those things are released and available. For the giveaway today, we are doing a Pathfinder Nexus rulebooks bundle. This is a mountain of content, of really great content. So pay attention to the prompts in chat for that. And good luck on the giveaway. And then, as always, you can ask me anything, and I do mean virtually anything. Well, you can ask anything, whether I can answer it or not. There's, probably a 98% chance that I'm going to answer it. The only thing that I don't answer is something that's going to get me into some kind of NDA trouble, but I'll answer almost anything else. So feel free to ask questions. All you have to do is type the word question and then place that into the stream Twitch chat, and then follow that by the question itself. And our magical demibot will be collecting questions. Now that I'm saying that out loud, I'm trying to make sure, yes, Demibot is ready and waiting for your questions, so feel free to ask those. All right, let's jump right in today. First up, today, 5e Nexus Early Access is going live, and we're really happy to share that in addition to a couple of other great publishing partners that we have been talking about for a few weeks with Ghostfire Gaming and Kobo Press, we also are welcoming Critical Role Darrington Press and the Tal'Dorei Reborn 5e supplement is also going to be available as part of early access today. We are live out there. You might see some inconsistencies as we are continuing the rollout. But if you check back here in an hour or so, things are going to be in a good place for the early access for 5e Nexus. And as a reminder, what early access means is character tools are not available yet. That's something that comes a little bit later for in a Nexus's life. But early access, you can access this content in the digital reader as well as the game compendium. And so this is a nice place to be able to go and see. We'll talk about in a second, lots and lots of monsters that you're going to be able to see in the game compendium and the monsters listing. The theme, I think, for a lot of this between Kobo Press and Ghostfire in particular is monsters. All right, so as I said, 5e Nexus is live, and we'll be kind of wrapping up the rollout here in the next hour or so. There is a launch celebration going on right now for 5e Nexus, and so if you go to 5enexus.com, you will be able to see some instructions on how to enter a giveaway. All you have to do is have a registered account, a registered Demiplane account. So create a Demiplane account in order to get one entry. I think there in the giveaway instructions, there are some other ways for you to possibly enter the giveaway. And we are giving away several Nexus digital books of your choice. So, you can win a digital book that you can redeem for anything on any Nexus. And that is going to be going on, I think, until September, I want to say 15th, but the Ides of September. But I might be off a day or two there. But you can enter by being a registered user. If you already have a Demiplane account, you are already entered. But as I said, there are some additional ways to get additional entries in that giveaway. So you can check that out. Demiplane membership We got held up a little bit last week on getting the annual subscription option out there, but we expect that any day now, possibly today, could be tomorrow, but definitely this week we're expecting that annual subscription option to also be available for Demiplane membership. On the Pathfinder Nexus front, last week we did release Cult of the Cave Worm, which is the next installment of the current adventure path, and then also the first foray into Pathfinder Society modules and adventures with the Year of Unfettered Exploration. We had a couple of adventures that went live, and we are going to be keeping up with those for the current organized play season. So you'll be seeing those come out each month as the normal release schedule comes in. The other big news from last week, Friday, in fact, War of Immortals playtest is now live on Pathfinder Nexus. This is a huge playtest with 2 entirely new classes that are going to be released in the War of Immortals source at some point in the future. And this is the Animist and Exemplar. The Exemplar is the first rare class for Pathfinder, and it's I've seen it's generated a ton of discussion out there. I love that Paizo just basically said you're welcome in the Maui style and put that out there. But I have played so many characters over the years that take inspirations from Hercules and those kind of Greco-Roman myth characters. And this is a great way to express a character like that through the Exemplar class. So check that out. You can build characters with it now. Be sure to leave feedback for Paizo as they are calling for it. And I believe the URL for that is pathfinderplaytest.com. But if you Google Pathfinder playtest, or maybe somebody can help me out in chat there, that's where that kind of information is going to be housed. Okay, we linked to it in the source as well. I should have known that the team would be on top of that. Excellent. Avatar Legends Nexus Republic City is incoming soon. I hope to have a more firm date for you by next week on that one, but it is imminent. It's coming very soon. We've gotten word from Magpie that we can now move to get that released, and so we are going to get it out. There was a little bit of confusion maybe on that one because I think Magpie put out the PDF early in order to try to catch the inevitable typos and things like that before it went off to print. And we actually caught something ourselves that they're looking into right now. But that should be coming out here within the next couple of weeks, would be my guess. But again, more concrete information hopefully by next week. On Vampire Nexus, character tools are incoming. We are moving full steam ahead on that. I can't wait for you to see what's going on here. We have the early, just super alpha working right now. We've been showing it to, kind of the friends and family circles and people who have never played this game but have wanted to over the years. I've shown it to several people, and their reactions are priceless. So I can't wait for you to be able to see this too. It really makes creating a vampire character so straightforward, so simple to do mechanically. And that is so much of what we want to do with these digital tools. Is we want to remove and maybe mitigate the negative impacts of rules, during play and preparing for play. So, but at the same time, we want the positive aspects of those rules to really shine through. And so, so this is what we're attempting to do. And I'm already seeing this with Vampire, and really what that means for a game like Vampire in particular, because what I truly love about it is the world and the setting and what you can create as a character within that setting. So, this is going to make the mechanical parts of that It's truly going to streamline that part of the process. It's going to make it so much easier for you to get that character completed, where then you can spend hours if you want to, like I do sometimes, thinking through the concept and the lore aspects of your character. It's going to give you, extra time to be able to do that part, which is such a huge factor in Vampire the Masquerade and other World of Darkness games. So very excited to get that into your hands. Very actively working on that right now. I was working yesterday on the character sheet and trying to make it pretty and all of those things. So again, we're moving forward on Vampire at a very rapid pace, and we're going to share that with you before too much longer. Same thing on Marvel Multiverse RPG. Another part of the team is working on that. We're making great progress there as well. Very excited about taking so much of the math out of that one. The ability for you to select existing characters. I think there are 130 plus of these in the core rulebook that you can choose from, or create your own entirely new character. I think that when we release this one, I will create one of my characters in it here on the stream. I'm trying to think through which one I might want to do. Tonight, we have our monthly after show for Children of Erte called On the Erte. That's a very clever pun that we came up with a long ago. But On the Erte monthly after show tonight at 6 p.m. Pacific. And the guest tonight, let me make sure that I get this right. The guest tonight will be Jen Kretschmer, Lauren Urban, and myself. So we will be joining our host, Sam DeLev. And really looking forward to that tonight. We've got just a ton of developments going on in Children of Erte. I can't wait to get back to play the next episodes, but we're going to take a break tonight and talk about everything that's been going on and process our feelings about it. On the Character Tools roadmap, nothing has changed here, but just kind of broadcasting this is what we are currently looking at when it comes to character tools. Whew. All right. Giveaway time. Time for the giveaway. We have, as I said earlier, a Pathfinder Nexus rulebooks bundle. We have so many great games here on Demiplane that are getting Nexuses, and there are so many more to come. So many more to come. I can't wait for you to see some of the ones we haven't even talked about yet. But Pathfinder is a great game that has a ton of content, and this is a really good way for you to get jump started on that content. So good luck in the giveaway. All right, jumping to questions. I've only got a few here, and so I'm going to jump through these. If you have any other questions, by all means, ask them, and I will get to all of them until I run out here. All right, let's see. Artemis Thent, which of the two new classes is your favorite and why? So for context here, I'm assuming that we're talking about the Animist and the Exemplar on the War of Immortals playtest. And I would definitely say, if you hadn't guessed it already based on my comments earlier, it's the Exemplar. And again, I just love that concept of those, mythic characters. I've always been intrigued by the concept of demigods, but just characters that have a spark of divinity in some way. I used to be the goal for me back when I was playing Forgotten Realms second edition and everything else was almost always to become a chosen of one of the deities, and I would spend just so much time creating mechanics and homebrewing things about becoming a chosen of deities that didn't have any of that statted out for Elminster and Mistra and those kind of things. So I love that concept of having that spark of divinity, in a character. And so I definitely like the Exemplar, and I'm excited to see how that class, comes together and finalizes. because I think there are some really interesting play opportunities there. That I'm looking forward to. Now, of course, the irony that many of you, I'm sure, out there can relate to is that with all the time that I spent, trying to have these designs and pathing out how a character was going to go and become a, chosen of various, deities in the Forgotten Realms. I don't think that I ever got to play through any of those because I was always, GMing all the time. Never got to play, and so, but still, it was a lot of fun to think through. And since that time, I have been able to play. A few characters that kind of take that on. In fact, if an exemplar class had existed for the game where I played Briv Steelmarrow, it actually would have been a pretty darn good fit for his kind of his trajectory and what he was trying to do. So yeah, I think that would be the favorite. All right, Arma Step again. Any plans getting more of Ghostfire titles like the Fables books? Yes, plenty of plans. This is just the very, very, very tip of the iceberg when it comes to 5e. We are just starting everything with 5e Nexus. This is the earliest point possible for 5e Nexus, and so there is going to be so much more for that. And Ghostfire, we love Ghostfire products. I think the Fables stuff is really, really great. We're planning to do that. We are definitely doing the Ethereal Expanse, which some of you might have been watching a good bit of piratical action over the long weekend. And so if you are into piratical action, which I don't know many people that aren't, and I am hardcore into piratical action. The Pirates of the Ethereal Expanse that Ghostfire is doing, that's very exciting, and we are going to be there for that, and as much of the rest of Ghostfire's catalog as we can get to. So we're gonna be working through that in the days ahead. And yeah, you can expect the same for Kobold Press. So we've got Tome of Beast 1 and 2 out there right now. What I was hinting at earlier that I actually ended up not talking about directly was that between the Grim Hollow Monster Grimoire and then Tome of Beast 1 and 2, I think there are something like 1,200, and that's not counting the system reference document for 5e. 1,200 new monsters that you can have at your fingertips. So many monsters. So that's what we have out there, as of today here at this starting point. But we will be working on, pulling more and more Kobold Press content, including all the things that are happening for Tales of the Valiant. As well as more Ghostfire content as well as other publishers that we may bring on at various times as we continue to forge ahead with 5e Nexus. So check that stuff out. All right. Here we go. This is the last question. So if you got any others, I will try to talk for a little while here, and you can get those asked here today. Otherwise, I am going to call it short and get back to work. So Anchor 89, is Redacted short for Twilight 2000? No, Redacted is not short for Twilight 2000 because we have already announced that we are doing Free League products. And if we were going to do a Free League product, we would have no reasons not to share that in the list. So Redacted is an entirely new publisher. And we will share more with you as soon as Redacted, as soon as it's not redacted any longer. So that's when we'll share everything. All right, that is all of the questions. As I said, I'm gonna just here we go. Let's see. Marshall Marshes had one more come in: 2d20 or 2d6. Not able to reveal any of that. redacted is redacted. So my answer here is also redacted. But I think you're going to love it. I know that we love it, and we're looking forward to it. All right. Thanks for all the questions, everyone, today. Check out, again, early stages here, early access for 5e Nexus. Plenty more to come on that front, as well as some annual subscriptions that should be sliding in this week. And we're going to continue the deep level of effort that's going on with vampire character tools, as well as the Marvel character tools, and continuing down the road of tightening everything up for the Pathfinder beta and get that to where we want everything to be there. I hope everybody has a good week. Join us for On the Arete tonight at 6 p.m. Pacific. See you. Oh, no, I will not see you next week. So there won't be a dev update next week. We've got some travel going on for our entire team. We're going to have some on-site meetings. Looking forward to seeing our team. Will not be here for the dev update next week, but I will see you the week after that. Later, Gators.